Kingsmeadow is the venue as Atta Football's coverage of the title race in the Women's Super League focuses on Chelsea as they look to increase their lead at the top in another London derby with Spurs. And it's the start of a very busy weekend in the WSL. And we start early on Saturday morning live on Atta Football as Manchester City chase the Champions League at home to Brighton. Then on Sunday, the live games focus on the top two, Arsenal against Aston Villa, followed by Birmingham against Chelsea. Issues at the top and bottom for that game because a defeat for Birmingham and they would be relegated. Chelsea, of course, looking to move 4 points clear of Arsenal this evening, and Manchester City and Manchester United are locked in the race for third place, and Spurs, due to their recent losing streak, are now vulnerable to those beneath them in mid-table. But Chelsea appear to be a well-oiled machine at the moment, and they gain 3 points in adversity on Sunday, coming from behind, despite the red card for their goalkeeper Ann-Katrin Berger, to beat Spurs 3-1 at the Hive. Guro Reiten scoring another crucial goal in that game. Despite changes, Sam Kerr still scoring, and she's in the team tonight. And this was the match at the Hive. Terrible start for Chelsea. An own goal from Sophie Ingle after a corner from Molly Bartrip had come back off the inside of the post, but they were quickly level. Ashley Neville left standing by Guro Reiten, and her dink towards the far post drifted in to make it 1-1. But a key moment in the game, Rachel Williams clean through, clattered into by Ann-Katrin Berger, and the Chelsea goalkeeper seemed to come off worst in the challenge, but she was shown the red card, and the champions were down to 10 players, but they dug deep and came up with the winning moments. Sam Kerr, 17 goals in 17 games inside the final 20 minutes, and then right at the very end, the Canadian international Jessie Fleming had options, but she hammered the ball in to make it 3-1 and keep Chelsea on top. And Chelsea under Emma Hayes have the real look of champions at the moment. Sam Kerr, 17 goals in 17 games. Of course, they won the title with 57 points last season, on course for a similar total during the current campaign. Sam Kerr's goals led to the title success then. Could history be about to repeat itself? And it's a depleted Tottenham team who arrive at Kingsmeadow. A number of injuries and suspensions have really taken their toll in recent times. 3 successive defeats. They had ambitions of reaching the Champions League themselves not so long ago, but now they are focused on looking to record their highest ever finish in the Women's Super League. But Brianne Skinner has still overseen a very impressive season so far, but only 4 wins in their last 14 games after such a good start to the season. Goal scoring has been a problem. Rachel Williams, the top goal scorer, she only has 4, but they're confident of improving on their position just above the relegation place last season. And it's another big night here at Kingsmeadow. Chelsea are so formidable on their home patch, and they have won all 4 previous meetings with Spurs in the WSL, but they made life hard for themselves at the Hive on Sunday before eventually coming through to win that game, and they will need similar focus here this evening. On the face of it, Spurs have little to lose, and they promise to be durable opponents once again. And it's ironic that one team from North London will be looking to do the other, Arsenal, a real favour by taking points here this evening. It should be another fascinating night at the top of the Women's Super League, and it's coming up live on Atta Football. And this, Chelsea's game in hand in their pursuit of their 5th title in 7 years. And it's against the team they played on Sunday, Tottenham Hotspur. A hard-earned 3-1 victory at the Hive. But now they can extend their lead over Arsenal at the top of the table to 4 points with a win here tonight, with only 2 games to play. And in 10 days' time, Chelsea could be crowned champions once again. Matters are in their own hands, but they know Tottenham won't make life easy for them once again, although Rhian Skinner has seen her team lose 3 successive games. And as Emma Hayes takes the applause of the crowd as she emerges from the tunnel, she will know her side are in for another difficult game here tonight. No team has managed to put Tottenham away with a degree of comfort this season. Chelsea certainly didn't at the weekend, and they will be hoping for an easier ride here tonight. And as the two sides emerge, another good atmosphere inside this stadium. And it's easy to see why Chelsea like playing within the intimate confines of Kingsmeadow, and they've enjoyed so many good results over so many years now. They remain the team to beat in the Women's Super League. And as the games begin to run out, Chelsea appear to be getting stronger. Emma Hayes has chosen to rotate. Zakira Muzovic's returning goal is enforced following Ann-Katrin Berger's red card on Sunday. Magdalena Eriksson, Jonna Andersson and Pernilla Harder are all drafted into the starting 11, with Ji So-yun, Aniek Neuven and Niamh Charles making way. Spurs will miss the influential Ashley Neville due to suspension, so Asmita Ale returns on the right. Maeva Clemaron is back from a ban of her own to replace Evelina Summerlin in midfield, and Rosella Ayan comes in for Jessica Naz in attack. Young keeper Poppy Soper is on the Chelsea bench. Isabella Lane is another academy player hoping to impress for Spurs. And Chelsea with 26 wins in their previous 28 games here at Kingsmeadow. And they have recorded clean sheets in 12 of their previous 13 games here. And after 1 or 2 problems in the first half of the season, they have the look of champions once again. But they know anything less than a win here, and the title would be in Arsenal's hands. And they still have to play Tottenham Hotspur at the Emirates Stadium in the North London derby, live on Atta Football next week. Rachel Williams wearing the mask to protect a facial injury. And against one of her former clubs, she will be keen to make an impression once again. Jack Packman is our referee. Rhian Skinner, one of a number of key figures at Tottenham to sign new contracts recently. Emma Hayes, of course, has been the mainstay for Chelsea for so many years. And it will be Tottenham to get the game underway. Another London derby. And these are the sorts of games where Chelsea really seem to come strong. And both sets of players take the knee before kick-off to highlight the ongoing drive for diversity and inclusivity in football and beyond. And it's Spurs who get the game underway in the white shirts defending the goal away to our right in the first half. And here it's Pernilla Harder back in the starting lineup for Chelsea, finding Kerr. And now England given the room to turn inside the penalty area. Eventually closed down. Carter swings in the high cross, and the header from Sam Kerr is straight at Tina Korpela. And Chelsea on the front foot right from the start. Beth England heavily involved, and then swung in by Carter, and Kerr getting the power but not the direction. Sam Kerr, 17 goals in 17 games. And it was such a crucial one at the Hive on Sunday. Williams. Now Cho. Clemaron. And Spurs will be grateful to have her back in midfield after missing the game at the weekend due to suspension. Magdalena Eriksson back to captain the Chelsea side alongside Jonna Andersson at the back this evening. Two Swedes and a Dane brought into the Chelsea team. In fact, three Swedes, including the goalkeeper, Zakira Muzovic. Tina Korpela, the Finnish goalkeeper. It's worked wide neatly to Ayan. Clemaron. Full chase. Ayan. Zadorsky. And the Canadian international signed a new contract with Tottenham earlier this week, along with the goalkeeper Becky Spencer, who is on the bench this evening. Interesting night again for Victoria Schneiderbeck, on loan from Arsenal. And she can really do her parent club a favour by helping Tottenham to some sort of result here. England. She was taken off before half-time on Sunday to allow the changing goal following Ann-Katrin Berger's red card. Chelsea unbeaten in 9 London derbies here at Kingsmeadow since a 5-0 loss against Arsenal back in October of 2018. And in that time, they've only conceded 4 goals. In contrast, Spurs are now winless in 7 matches against fellow London teams, drawing 2 and losing 5. Ayan. Schneiderbeck. It's been given away cheaply. Here is Cuthbert. And the cross from Wrighton. And at the far post, it's scrambled away by Harrop. And Chelsea will have the game's first corner. Gua Wrighton is in such good form at the moment. 4 goals in 4 games. She has not completed 90 minutes in the Women's Super League for Chelsea this season. Subbed off 15 times, but when she's on the field, she usually makes an impact. And Erin Cuthbert, another player who is getting better the longer the season is going on. Wrighton will whip this corner in, left-footed. And it was Eriksson who went tumbling. Anderson came on. It's a high cross into the penalty area. It's over the head of Eriksson, but wide. And Magdalena Eriksson was brought on at half-time to try and calm things down for Chelsea on Sunday, and certainly did that. It was Bright with the cross in. Clemaron turning well. And the early ball over the top was looking for Simon. Now one back by Williams. Ale is forward down the right. Simon in field. Cho also inside the penalty area, but the ball is beyond her. And Cho So-hyun had a good start to the game on Sunday, but rather faded the longer it went on. Ian Skinner was having to patch her team up at key times. Ashley Neville suspended, of course. Rhea Percival and Kit Graham are long-term injuries, and those players are really the most creative that Spurs have. Ingle, her own goal ultimately wasn't costly at the weekend. Cuthbert, good challenge. Ale, Clemaron, and it's behind Ayan. Maeva Clemaron came through the academy at Lyon, so you would imagine she picked up a winning mentality. Harrop just levering Kerr off the ball, but Kerr applying the pressure, and Chelsea have the throw-in. Ingle. England. And the cross-in is just guided wide by Wrighton, who was coming across from the left. Both England, in the absence of Frank Kirby and more recently Pernilla Harder, has really struck up an excellent partnership with Sam Kerr, and with Guro Wrighton's delivery from the left, Chelsea have carried a real potency. Ayan. Zadorsky. Shinadabek. Zadorsky again. Clever ball from Simon. Ale back towards Simon again. Only Williams inside the penalty area, and the cross won't find her, but Tottenham do have the throw-in, and they are the sort of team who work very hard for set pieces inside the attacking third. Clemaron. And she was caught late. It will be a free kick. And Tottenham will miss Ashley Neville down the right-hand side this evening. Cuthbert was late there. Here's Simon with the free kick. It's a good delivery, and Harder had to get there. Now Carter. Ayan. It's a poor ball cut out by Harder. But Spurs very quickly get white shirts around it. It's helped forward towards Cho again. And Anderson was facing the wrong way, so has to concede the throw-in. Dan Carter of Brighton is the only visiting player to have scored here so far this season, and that was way back in the autumn. Ale. Here is Harder. England ahead of her. Harder really relishing the slightly deeper role behind two strikers. Eriksson was caught late there, but England will keep the ball in play. Bartrick may need some support here. It's Wrighton. Cuthbert arriving. Good block by Zadorsky. Just a case of getting something in the way. Williams. And Rachel Williams caused Chelsea so many problems on Sunday. But here is Carter. Chelsea falling behind for only the third time in the WSL this season. And Sophie Ingle scored that own goal. Kurt. Now Ingle. Eriksson. And there is a moment of respite for Spurs. Clemeron. Bartrip. Bartrip and Zadorsky have had a very good partnership together this season. Spurs did keep a number of clean sheets in the first half of the season. But 3 successive defeats have checked their ambitions of becoming involved in the Champions League race, and they'll be aware that teams like West Ham and Brighton are now breathing down their necks. Well, it's given away very cheaply by Bright, straight to Ayan. May need some support here. Ayan continues, and it's her cross which in the end is overhit, and that's a let-off for Chelsea. And Millie Bright reflecting on the error, looking to play the ball out, and Ayan was given the opportunity to then attack. 3 waiting for the cross, but she couldn't find any of them. And here was the chance at the other end for Cuthbert, kept the volley down, but Zadorsky getting across in time. Oh, Arne's missed that. Here is Wrighton. And the cross deflected, Kerr was on the end of it. And it's gathered by Corpella in the end. But Chelsea are so good when they come forward. Of course, that's an understatement, but they have threats from all over the field. Corpella, longer this time. Returned by Eriksson, now Williams. Chelsea's form has really peaked at the right time since the start of March. They've won 6 out of 6 and scored 25 goals. Over the same period, Spurs have scored once and picked up only a draw. And injuries have not helped them. They do not have the depth and quality which means Chelsea can often leave experienced internationals on the bench. Tottenham often don't have the players to fill the bench, and that's the case this evening. With a number of youngsters also involved. And Zakira Muzovic did have a prolonged run in the first team before Ann-Katrin Berger's red card, so she is hardly a stranger to those around her. England blocked by Bartrip, but here is England again. Harder on the turn, and it's scrambled away by Zadorsky and claimed by Korpela. But Spurs having to defend in great numbers and very deeply at times. Anderson with the shot on the turn, which was eventually claimed. Testing night for Asmita Ale up against Guro Reiten. Ale, one of the youngsters in the Spurs team. She was with Aston Villa last season. Carter. Now Bright. And passing radar is slightly awry at the moment. Chelsea ticking towards 700 minutes since they last conceded here at Kingsmeadow in the WSL, as England's shot is so high. 7 clean sheets in a row. And again, that came from a Spurs restart. The tenacity of England winning the ball back. Kurt. Now Wrighton. Harder is forward. Clemoran's clearance. Ingle. Now Carter. Clemoran was in the way again. Ian. Zadorsky. Skims the head of Harder. I think Cho was looking to shake the ball down the line, but it went straight out of play. Sam Kerr has now scored in 6 successive WSL games. And she's pretty proficient in London Derby. She scored 10 in her previous 11. Eriksson. Now Carter. Emma Hayes changing half of her defence this evening. Chelsea have to go to Birmingham, live on Atta Football at the weekend. Harder. Here is Wrighton. Anderson on the overlap. And the cross-in volley towards goal by Harder, but it was scuffed wide in the end. And it took a deflection on the way through. And Chelsea's domination of the early stages continues. Maybe took a couple of deflections. Anderson again with another good delivery, and it was bobbling through the legs of Zadorsky before going wide. Shalina Zadorsky making her 50th appearance for Spurs tonight, and so far it's been a busy one. Anderson with the cross, and the header is in. Beth England yet again. And Chelsea are relentless in pursuit of another title. Spurs not reacting to the short corner. Anderson picking out England, rising unchallenged. And she just pulled away from Asmita Ale. He possibly wasn't the most equipped to deal with her inside the area. Perfectly directed header from Beth England. Delight for Emma Hayes. England's 10th goal of the season. And she's now recorded double figures in 4 successive years. And Chelsea have the goal their early pressure deserved. And Beth England, who was taken off very early on Sunday due to the red card, back in the starting lineup and back amongst the goals. And increasingly, it is looking like a forlorn chase for Arsenal. Chelsea go to the bottom side, Birmingham on Sunday, and then they have Manchester United here on the final day. United may need a victory to try and qualify for the Champions League, and then they head to Wembley the following week for the FA Cup final against Manchester City. And there is the opportunity for a fourth domestic double, Women's Super League and FA Cup. And Emma Hayes just keeps racking up the trophies, although there'll be no clean sweep this year. Manchester City beating them in the League Cup final, and Chelsea failing to get out of their group in the Champions League. Harrop winning the header. Now Bright. And Shidana is penalised for the nudge on Kirk. Eriksson. Now Ingle. Bright. In towards Carter, but she quickly wins it back from Mayan, and Chelsea here looking to very quickly take this game away from Spurs. Kirk closing down the clearance from Zadorski. The early cross in is too deep this time. But Tottenham finding it so hard to get out. Ale. Now Clemeron. And the flag's up for offside against Simon. And that gives you an idea of Chelsea's dominance so far. All the shots. And they peppered Tottenham's goal before Beth England finally found the back of the net. Ingle. Scored by Clemeron. Spurs, who started under pressure, are now in full retreat. Ingle. Bright. Now Eriksson. At times it has the pace of a training game, but now Chelsea just increased the pace, and the cross in from Brighton was set behind by Zadorski. Harder was expressing an interest. And at the moment, the second goal looks to be a case of when rather than if. Will Chelsea opt for the short routine this time? Aaron Cuthbert will take it. And towards that 6-yard area, fisted away by Corpola. Ingle with an air shot. Here is Wrighton. And she's gone beyond the challenge of Bartrip. She's continued all the way to the byline before Cho eventually clears. Carter. Now Eriksson. Looking to release Kerr, who was in behind Ale. Wrighton with the first time cross. Harder was waiting, and it's onto the roof of the netting. And the chances keep coming. The pace of Sam Kerr again. Gura Wrighton again, causing problems with her deliveries. And to join the Atta Football community and access more women's football content, matches and highlights, don't forget to visit attafootball.com. And you can use the hashtag #WatchWithAtta to get involved in this game as well. And give us your questions and comments on Twitter @AttaFootball. And if you can see any way that Chelsea won't win the league this season, we'll be keen to hear from you on the evidence of what we've seen so far, but you never know. Of course, Arsenal have only lost one game this season, and that was at Birmingham back in January, the shock of the season, and it could yet cost them the title. Here is Wrighton. Kerr. Oh, very cool defending from Harrop to bring that ball down, but she's given it away to Harder, and then it's swooped on by Corpella. Rianne Skinner maybe composing her half-time team talk. Simon. And it's cut out by Anderson. And it's a rare foray into Chelsea territory here for Tottenham. Clemeron. Ayan. Nobody read the intention. Chelsea with 60% possession so far. 9 shots, only 2 of those on target. And the Tottenham heat map barely crosses the halfway line. And the Chelsea fans have total trust in their coach, and no wonder. Chelsea heading 4 points clear. And they made life hard for themselves on Sunday with the red card, but overcame that. You've just got the feeling that when they won that game, that of course the title hadn't been won, but it was such a significant step towards it. Here it's Kerr. Bartrip stepping in. Arlette. Now Ingle. Lovely touch from Kerr again. Wrighton. Anderson. Not by Harrop, but here is Carter. Cuthbert. And Cho stood firm. And Corpella looking to avoid the corner. But she's failed to do so. Gura Wrighton will take it. Eriksson is forward once again. Right into the 6-yard area, and in the end it falls kindly for Spurs this time. Millie Bright was one of the players attacking the ball, and it was her header which took a deflection in the end off Bartrip. Clemeron. Tottenham just need to get the ball in areas to give themselves a breather, but it's easier said than done. Carter giving Zakira Muzovic a rare touch. And this is a Spurs team who were up amongst the leaders in the early weeks of the season, but at the moment they're being swept away like so many other sides. Here is Kerr. Won their opening 4 games, but only 4 wins in 14 since. Cuthbert. We will head to the Emirates Stadium next week live on Atta Football for the North London derby. They also go to Everton at the weekend before finishing off at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against Leicester. Appeals for handball there as Bartrip and Williams leapt. And certainly Chelsea may have had a case. Of course, no VAR in the WSL, and Jack Packman, the referee, not spotting that, but had he done so, it would have surely been a penalty, because that close to goal. Kerr on the move again. Her pace is such an asset. Whenever Chelsea just look to go long, they always have that real threat in behind. Carter with the throw-in. Headed down by Harrop, but straight to Kerr. Wrighton, Cuthbert. Again the space. It'll break to Kerr. The angle's tight, and she goes for the dink, and in the end it's a simple save for Corpella. Ayan. Cho losing out to Ingle. And Chelsea will believe that the second goal is well overdue here. England. Eriksson. Cuthbert. Flicked on by Carter. England not winning the header cleanly, but here is Carter again, and the referee allowing play to continue. Cuthbert righted in space to the left. Anderson on the overlap, and in the end the whistle has gone and the flag is raised for offside. Another sweeping Chelsea move. Wrighton just making her move in behind Arle too soon. Bartrip. And in the end, Simon unable to control. Cho will look to close down Muzovic. Here is Harrop. Ayan. Carter gets there first, but Spurs will have a throw-in. It seems some time since they've been up this end of the pitch. Shananabek. And although we laud Chelsea's attacking intent and the talent they have all over the field, when they don't have the ball, they work so hard to close down the opposition and make it very difficult to create chances. But Tottenham do have a set piece here. And they just need something to go for them. Of course, they had that fortunate break at the weekend with the own goal. They were unable to capitalise on the red card. And it seemed that even a player down, Chelsea seemed to get stronger the longer the game went on, and maybe that just highlights the relative difference between the two sides at the moment. Bright. Now Ingle. And barring a mistake, it is difficult to make a case for Spurs scoring a goal here on the balance of play at the moment. Zadorsky. Clemeron. And here is Cuthbert, quickly forward again towards Kerr. Wrighton's in space, Cuthbert waiting in the centre, but it's blocked by Schneiderbeck. And it will be another corner kick. And again, Chelsea's running off the ball creates so many angles for them. Chelsea dominating the corner count as well. Short from Cuthbert again. Anderson. Wrighton sweeping in the shot, and it almost catches Korpala out. But the veteran Finn is able to cling on. Bartrip. Sliced away by Eriksson. And Spurs will try and build again here, but again it is given away. Here is Harder. And it was Clemeron who was sliding in to try and win it back, and Chelsea have the free kick. Clemeron just back from a ban. Harder will take her place on the edge of the area. Player who has not been prolific in front of goal this season, but with Kerr and England around her, she's not really needed to be. Does have a slightly different role in the team now, which for a player of her experience, it's something she's very adept at. England unmarked, but behind for a goal kick. Zadorsky. Williams losing out in the air to Eriksson. Here is Bright. England on the move once again. And there was just a nudge there into the back of Schneiderbeck. And it will be a free kick. And Emma Hayes will want the second goal. Chelsea have been involved in title challenges in the past which have been settled dramatically and often with a mistake and a late goal. Clemeron, left for Ale. And Chelsea have the throw-in. Taken by Carter. And she launches it high. Kerr with the flick on. Harder. Here is Wrighton. Good save by Corpola. The ball is loose. And it's cleared off the line in the end by Bartrip. Gura Wrighton also chasing double figures this evening. And she came pretty close there. Harder with the link up. And Wrighton's shot blocked by the legs of Corpella. And I think she may have got back there anyway, but Bartrip just made short. Corpella made an excellent save with the legs to deny Sam Kerr on Sunday, and something similar there. Wrighton again going short with the corner. Swept in by Cuthbert, flicked on by Bright. Here is Kerr. Another deep cross, Bright with the header. And she was clattered into by Williams, but managed to get the effort away, but no power in the end. But Spurs are not picking up these short corners. They've been under so much pressure that they defend so deeply at set pieces, so Chelsea can pick their moments, just as they did for the goal. Millie Bright rather getting on top of the header there and straight into the ground. Again, when Tottenham do get the opportunity to bring it forward, they are quickly closed down. Carter. Rachel Williams is having to cover so much ground as the main forward, but the clearance now from Muzovic is straight to Cho. Ayan. And again, the cross is behind the intended target. And that will be a disappointment. And the biggest surprise so far is that it's only 1-0. Chelsea with 15 shots in the game, 7 of those on target. Tottenham yet to have a shot or a corner. And we've seen Chelsea involved in some one-sided games this season, notably that 9-0 win at Leicester when they were 4 goals up inside 11 minutes. But in terms of territory, this has been something similar here, but they've not had the goals. And now Tottenham have a free kick, and Kia Simon can whip these balls in with a degree of danger. We've seen her do that before this season. And the Australian, formerly with Houston and Boston, will take it. Simon into the 6-yard area, flicked on and in! And Tottenham have the equalising goal. Well, that is remarkable. Their first effort finds the back of the net. And Emma Hayes cannot believe it. Not for the first time this week, Tottenham have stunned Chelsea. What a delivery from Simon, and the run made towards the near post, and the header flicked on by Harrop, and that was a brilliant finish. It's her first goal since December of 2020, and what a time to rediscover the goal-scoring touch. Keris Harrop on the stroke of half-time. Chelsea 15 shots, Tottenham 1 shot, 1-1 on the scoreboard. Here is Harder, looking to respond straight away, and they do. Sam Kerr. And that is what the top teams do. Tottenham were still thinking about the goal. And Harder found Kerr. And it's 18 goals in 18 games in the WSL this season. And Sam Kerr scores for the 7th successive game in the Women's Super League. Harrop outwitted by Harder. And that cross was sent into the back of the net by Kerr. Completely unmarked. She lost Zadorsky and Shinada unable to get back in time. And the crowd are right. That is why they're champions. And relief for Emma Hayes. Sam Kerr on the stroke of half-time. And that is half-time. Dramatic end to the opening 45 minutes. Sam Kerr putting Chelsea ahead once again after Keris Harrop had shocked Kingsmeadow with the equaliser. Beth England with the opening goal. Chelsea being the dominant side, but they relied on Sam Kerr to give them the lead once again before they headed into the dressing room. A first half of total domination with a real twist at the end, but Chelsea showing their quality. Half-time, Chelsea 2, Spurs 1. And welcome back to Kingsmeadow. Chelsea re-emerging for the second half, leading Spurs by 2-1. Keris Harrop had Tottenham level for around a minute just before half-time. And it was a first half which Chelsea dominated for long spells. But they were almost caught out before Sam Kerr responded with the help of Pernilla Harder in added time. And Kerr with her 23rd goal of the season in all competitions. And it's also now 23 goals in 22 games in the WSL. Here at Kingsmeadow, Keris Harrop has joined Dan Carter as the only visiting players to score against Chelsea here in the WSL this season. They've scored against them in both league games, although Sophie England provided the own goal at the weekend. Rianne Skinner, the coach who is known for her defensive organisation, saw her team swapped at times, but they remained in the game. And the question is, can Spurs create another chance in the second half to surprise Chelsea again? Sophie Ingle gets Chelsea underway in the second half, wearing all blue, attacking the goal away to our left-hand side. Here is Simon. Bartrip with the clearance. Arle. Simon again, Williams going down, and she gets the free kick, caught by Eriksson. Bartrip, whose corner caused chaos inside the Chelsea penalty area in the build-up to the own goal on Sunday. Delivers high, but it's cleared away. Zadorsky Clemaron. And the head tennis ended by Sophie Ingle. Quickly through towards Wrighton, but claimed by Corpella. Ale. And Simon in support, but it's in towards Williams. Bright gets there first, but Cho. Williams again doing well to control. Clemaron. So much of what Spurs do is on the stretch and has a rather frenetic air when they do have the ball inside the Chelsea half. Simon. Williams. Another free kick. Conceded by Eriksson again. Bartrip will take it. Delivered into the heart of the penalty area. It's met by Bright. And now Cuthbert. Wrighton. Chelsea have given the ball away. Here is Ayan. Simon. Ayan invited to chase. But Anderson gets there first. With the throw-in into Bartrip. And the cross-in, it's a good one, and the header is repelled by Bright. And again, Anderson is just happy to help the ball away, and Chelsea having to do some defending at the start of the second half. So they do have the throw-in now. Four changes for Chelsea this evening. Zakira Muskovic, of course, coming in because of the red card for Ann-Katrin Berger at the weekend. Magdalena Eriksson, the captain, also recalled. Camilla Harder playing behind Sam Kerr and Beth England. Jonna Andersson with the assist for the opening goal. Williams. Will be a throw-in for Chelsea. Angelina Zadorsky signing a new contract for Spurs, but it was an American citizen, Keris Harrop, who scored their goal so far. Smita Ale replacing the suspended Ashley Neville. Eva Clemaron back from Urbana Barone, and Rosella Ayan also in the starting lineup. Jessica Naz not involved this evening. Harder. And the free kick is given for the challenge by Williams. Harder turning away from Harrop. Williams coming in, was nutmegged, and then made sure that Harder wouldn't follow the ball. Cuthbert is heading across to look at the free kick. Harder waiting at the far post. Wrighton could really wrap her left foot around this one. But it's played short. Carter's cross, and it was Harder who went down, but Jack Packman, the referee, had a look and then gave a goal kick. There may have been an arm across there from Clemaron on Harder. The question is, was it enough to bring her down? The referee had a good view. Bartrip. Sent long by Harrop. Ericsson winning the header above Williams. Cuthbert. Brighton holding the width down the left. And the cross has gone behind. And a number of teams around the Women's Super League are already making plans for next season. And there was a significant move over the last couple of days. Tobin Heath has ended her stay with Arsenal, the US World Cup winner. She does have an injury which would have ruled her out of the remaining games of the season, so she's returned back home to continue her recuperation. And she received a very warm departure from the Gunners. Of course, scored a crucial goal for them in added time at Manchester City live on Atta Football earlier this season. As Evelina Summonen is preparing to come on for Spurs. Ericsson. Carter is closed down by Ayan. Spurs in only their third season at the highest level. They were promoted with Manchester United. And they were 7th in their first campaign, 8th last season, winning only 5 games. Here is the change. And it's Cho who is replaced. This was the penalty appeal. Clemaron seeming to pull down harder. Just lost her for a second and then came back, and it was the left arm that was outstretched and seemed to pull harder back. There was a clear handball inside the penalty area in the first half, not spotted by the officials, and in fairness to them, neither the players. But Summonen, the Finnish international, comes on, started the game on Sunday. Cho, the South Korean international, makes way. And there is so much football coming up on Atta Football this weekend. And we start early on Saturday morning, Manchester City against Brighton. And there's also action from the Coppa Italia, Roma against Empoli. And then the semi-finals of the Women's Champions League, Paris Saint-Germain 3-2 down at home to Lyon in the all-French tie. 3 o'clock Eastern time on Saturday. There's the Madrid derby from the Primera Iberdrola as Chelsea get a free kick this time. Cuthbert was hauled down by Harrop. Cuthbert just given the shoulder there by Harrop. And we have a double bill from the WSL on Sunday as well. 9:15 Eastern time, Arsenal against Villa. Birmingham against Chelsea will be at 1:45 Eastern. AttaFootball.com is the place to check out all of the big games coming up as the Women's Super League heads towards its conclusion. Brighton's free kick, very deep. Harder, though, was still on the end of it, but it's gone behind, and she may have Caught an arm in the face there. Right on the end of the nose. It was Keir Simon who was going back and did seem to lead with the elbow, but no real complaints from Harder. Looked to be an accidental challenge. Although Harder is just going through the concussion protocols to check she's okay. And Harder will soon be back on the action. Clemaron. You can have your say with the hashtag #WatchWithAtta. And you can follow Atta Football on Twitter. The address which was on your screen. And at the moment, the game has a very different feel to what we saw in the first half. Spurs are just quelling some of the Chelsea pressure and causing one or two more problems themselves. Bartrip with another free kick, and Bright has to send it behind, and it's a corner. And it was from a corner on that side that Molly Bartrip helped to create the own goal on Sunday. And will Spurs try something similar here? Harrop is forward again, looking for her second goal. Into the 6-yard area, Williams rising. But here is Harrop. And support from Clemaron, but it's cut out by Harder. Clemaron. Ayan. Oh, she goes for goal and it's tipped over. Musovic had to make the save. And that ball seemed to hang in the air for an age. Rosella Ayan took her time to set her sights, and that was going in. And the best opportunity since half-time comes to Tottenham. And Katrin Berger with a watching brief this evening following her red card at the weekend. Another corner. Williams again unable to get the telling touch, and Chelsea will have the throw-in. Rhian Skinner clearly had words at half-time. Tottenham more of a contest now. Ringel. Now Eriksson. Chelsea could do with another goal here. Anderson. Wrighton. Skipping away from Arley, but it's cut out by Bartrip. And Spurs will have the throw-in. And Emma Hayes always has confidence in her players to overcome the questions they are asked in a game. And at the moment, Spurs are just beginning to pose one or two. Carter with the clearance. Harrop will take the throw-in. has lost out. Anderson heading back towards her own goal. Musovic able to clear, but again it goes straight out of play, and that's happened on one or two occasions. Oh, and that was a fairly hefty blow for Erin Cuthbert, but she's a tough customer. The Scottish international. The play was stopped, but Chelsea will get the ball back here. And to join the Atta Football community and access more women's football content, matches and highlights, don't forget to visit attafootball.com. Carter. Harder unable to turn away, and as a result, Spurs have the ball back. Chelsea have won all previous 8 meetings between themselves and Tottenham. And you wouldn't say this game is in the balance, but they've not been able to run away with it. And Jessie Fleming will be on shortly, the Canadian international who came through at UCLA. Anderson. Now Bright. They may find harder. Harrop though with a good challenge. Summonen. England will eventually get the ball back. All very tight by the corner flag. Ayan stepping in. It's Guro Reiten who comes off, so she still hasn't completed 90 minutes in the Women's Super League for Chelsea this season. For the 16th time, she makes her way off, and Jessie Fleming comes on. Fleming scored an absolute cracker to clinch the game right at the end on Sunday. Fleming comes on with the plan. England. Carter. England again. Williams comes away with the ball. Chelsea have the throw-in. Crossing was deflected. Here is Clemaron. Now Bright. Anderson. And that's a good ball. Here is Harder. She can break it on goal here. She got support from Fleming, and somehow it scrambled away. Fired back in by Carter. Now Kerr, headed away by Harrop. Ingle on the volley, and it's snaked wide. Barry deflection for a corner. Well, it was pinball inside the penalty area. Harder with the initial incursion. It came back to Fleming, hooked away from goal by England. It eventually came to Kerr. She went for that curler, and Shanada Beck was able to clear. Deep from Cuthbert, fisted away by Korpela. Hooked away by Ayan. She will now chase to keep Anderson honest and almost wins it back. Well, Rosella Ayan can be a mercurial talent for Spurs, but she's having a good second half. As we approach the midpoint of the second half, Spurs have had so much more of the ball inside Chelsea territory since half-time. We'll just hope to stay in the game and try and create one more clear-cut chance. Remember, Hayes always knew that these two games with Tottenham would be at times uncompromising, but they were never going to be won easily. And although Spurs looked like they were capable of caving in at various times in the first half, the fact is they didn't. And now Chelsea still only a goal ahead as we head towards the final 20 minutes. Harrop will take the throw in. Williams coming short. Hit by Bright. Now Williams played for Chelsea in the Women's Super League back in 2014. Simon. And it was Carter who came in behind Bright to clear. Now Simon closing down Anderson, and she may win the ball back here for Spurs. Has support. Ale inside the penalty area. What does she do? Well, the cross is inside the 6-yard area, and eventually it was Jess Carter who cleared. Well, Asmita Ale is not known for breaks into the area like that, and she was looking for Rachel Williams. Was also inside the area. Player who is now committed to playing international football for Morocco, having been part of the England youth setup. She was also in the academy here at Chelsea. Nick Neuven is preparing to come on along with Niamh Charles. Charles may appear first. And this may be to deal with any issues that Chelsea are having in the wide areas. Rianne Skinner is also in conversation with Angela Addison. Now Kirk has Harder waiting in the centre. Pull back for Ingle, but nobody gets the touch. Glimaron will bring it clear. Simon. Corpola didn't really need the back pass in that sort of area. Glimaron. Ale. Simon. Good football from Spurs. Eriksson there will get there before Ayan. Clearance from Carter is closed down. Summonen. One or two nerves now from Chelsea. Shanada Beck. And the shot count in the first half was 16-1 in Chelsea's favour. You rarely see a game as one-sided as that, which is still in the balance inside the final 20 minutes. In the second half, Tottenham have had as many shots as Chelsea. Anderson. Are they doing well again to close down? Here is Simon. Clever footwork from her, but the cross is claimed by Muzovic. It was Anderson who was closed down by Ale, who was getting forward now down the right-hand side. The shot count is still heavily in Chelsea's favour, but both of Tottenham's have caused them real problems. One went in and the other forced an excellent save by Muzovic. Zadorski. Summonen penalised for barging into Ingle, and one or two words between the Finn and the Welsh international. Jack Packman, the referee, will maybe just have a word. Summonen is summoned across as Keir Simon goes off. And it's Angela Addison who comes on. And this a defensive change for Chelsea. Pernilla Harder coming off. Of course, she's played her part, notably the cross for the second goal. And Niamh Charles, who plays on the left, but in a more defensive role, comes on. Cuthbert, deep free kick. Eriksson was there to win it, and then Summonen diving in ahead of Kerr. Cuthbert. Charles is winding up for a long throw. Confirmation of that Spurs change. Here is Ingle. And the shot from Cuthbert is blocked, appeals for handball, but nothing given. Carter. Now Bright into the channel, and Summonen will try and shepherd the ball behind, but in the end she's got the free kick. And Jessie Fleming is left frustrated. This was the shot from Cuthbert, and Harrop did go in with arms raised. It was possibly right on the edge of the area. Summonen. What's been given away here is England. Anderson. And Shanada stooping in, and Porpella will gather the ball, and Tottenham here have really been at their best in the second half in terms of frustrating Chelsea. And if Chelsea do come through these two games with 6 points, they will know they have been extremely hard earned. Schneiderbeck. Summonen. Clemaron. Bartrip. Eriksson winning the header. Schneiderbeck. Zadorsky has time here. Back to a goalkeeper. Rather loose from both sides, but here is Clemaron. Zadorsky. Now Bartrip. Williams. Clemaron. Oh, she's closed down. Here is England. And Kerr's in space. Now Fleming. And Ingle was looking for Kerr to make the run in behind, but she stayed where she was. Ale. Won back well by Cuthbert. Maybe thought about the shot. She does! And it's off the post. Only a half chance for Erin Cuthbert, winning the ball from Clemaron, cutting across the penalty area. And I don't think Corpola would have got that. But it pinged off the near post. As we head towards the final 10 minutes, still only a goal in it. Clemaron. Bartrip. Schneiderbeck. Bright. Here is Fleming. And Chelsea making hard work of this. They could have been 4 or 5 goals up at half-time, but they weren't. And as a result now, it is still tight. But here is Kerr. Fleming. Charles is closed down. Addison. Commanding play from Bright. The crowd encouraged her to shoot, but it was blocked by Zadorsky. Now Ingle with the cross. It's flicked on by Kerr, but she seemed to take the ball away from her own teammates, and now Addison quickly wins it back from the restart. Summonen. Summonen will try and bring it clear. But it's one back. Tenacious play from Cuthbert. And that scoop will find Kerr, who was offside. It's gone in, but it won't count. Erin Cuthbert has been one of the players of the match, and Kerr may have been level there. There have not been too many offsides in the game. For much of the game, Spurs weren't far enough up the field to be caught offside, but it's been a different story in the second half. And now Kerr and Corpella will gather. Here is Ale. Bartrip. Spurs heading for a fourth successive defeat. Fleming could seal it here, finding England. And Corpora is able to gather, did well as it rose up off the turf. Addison. This is lost out to Bright. Fleming. England. Kerr! It's wide. And the flag was raised anyway. Slick play from Chelsea. And this time Kerr was clearly offside. But at the moment, Sam Kerr is the match winner. Just as she was at the Hive on Sunday. Bartrip. Schneiderbeck. Clemaron. And Diane was fouled by Eriksson. Jack Patman, the referee, is just halting play for a second. Williams. She turns into Anderson. Here is Cuthbert. Anderson. Spurs may win this back. Calmness under pressure there from Charles. Bright. Now Kerr able to bring the ball down in space. England waits in the centre. Kerr may go alone. Has support from Ingle. The cross in from Anderson, and it was England who was arriving, but the header was nowhere near goal. And Chelsea have rather huffed and puffed in the second half when they brought the ball forward. It worked well again to find the wide player, but under pressure, England stooping and well wide. Engel. Zadorsky. And again, it's pressure from England, but Zadorsky recovers well. But here is Engel. Kerr losing out in the air, and there is a Tottenham player down, so play will be stopped. It's Molly Bartrip. And she looks to be okay. Just colliding with Sam Kerr, but and there was no raised arm. In fact, it was the ball that hit her rather than Kerr. Bartrip. As Tottenham look to push more bodies forward, they could be vulnerable at the other end. Kerr. Cuthbert. Ryan, or she hauls Cuthbert down, but play will continue because Charles has it. And in fact, the referee, good refereeing that. He's pulled play back and will show the yellow card to Rosella Ayan. Lost the ball and then rather lunged in, studs up on Erin Cuthbert. And a clear-cut yellow card for Rosella Ayan. First yellow card in the 87th minute. Bartrip heading the free kick away. So Chelsea's run of clean sheets at home coming to an end this evening, but no sign of their title challenge fading. Kerr. Chelsea have the free kick. And once again, the Kerr-England partnership doing the job for Chelsea. And it was Bartrip who just left something on her there. And another yellow card. Bartrip following Ayan into the referee's notebook. Anderson lifted high beyond the far post, and in the end a series of players clatter into the advertising boards. Charles and Bartrip both okay, which is good to see. But Sam Kerr has played such a role again. So much more to her game than goals, but she delivers so many of them. "21 goals in the WSL last season, 18 with 2 games to play so far this year. Kerr. Anderson. In low again towards Fleming. Eriksson. Corpella came and then retreated, and it's hooked clear by Harrop. "30 seconds of normal time to play, and Tottenham are a long way from the Chelsea goal. Charles will take it. Summonen. Headed away, and then quickly back from Fleming. Kerr. And England was maybe caught as she delivered the cross, but a goal kick's been given. And we are into a minimum of 3 more minutes. It's now the time that Tottenham really pour bodies forward. Can they? Schneiderbeck. Corpella. Bartrip. It's been given away. England could just head towards the corner flag here, but instead looks to find a teammate. And the ball had gone out there, but in the end, the officials confer. handcuff, but another one of the standout players for Chelsea once again. But Tottenham are looking towards last chances now, long from Zadorsky. Addison will chase, Carter is there first. And the clearance was deflected off Addison. Tottenham with that shot from Mayan in the second half, which was turned over by Muzovic. Their only clear-cut opportunity, really. Lamaro, Summonen, Ale. The ball will stay in play here. Anderson gets there first, and it's safety first. It will be a throw-in for Spurs, taken by Ale. Summonen, Ale again. Summonen turning away from Fleming. The cross-in is headed away by Ingle. Zadorsky. Oh, she's lost out to Kerr. And Sam Kerr has support from Beth England here as Chelsea look to see that the cross-in is over the head of England. Now Anderson. Fleming. Chelsea looking to close this game out. Anderson. Now Eriksson. Eriksson again, and that's it. Chelsea tick another one off the list. Once again, Spurs made life hard for them, but they have come through to win the game. All the goals in the first half. Spurs briefly level, thanks to the header from Keris Harrop. But straight away, Sam Kerr, with one of her own at the other end, ultimately won the game for Chelsea. Spurs, after being pummeled in the first half, were much better in the second, but the smile on the face of Emma Hayes tells you all you need to know. Chelsea 4 points clear. Full time, Chelsea 2, Tottenham 1.